It's going. It's going.
Sure.
We are live. Welcome to Football Fanatics TV. We are from a, can't say sunny, it's a hot Cape Town day, easy 32 degrees. Flipping hot on the road today. I got my host with me, McEwen. As you can see in the title, it's which team won the transfer market? He just hit off air 30 seconds ago. It's between, you say, between Newcastle and Everton.
Yes. First and foremost, I would say I think Liverpool did a bit of very very good business. I think they were forced to, but yeah. If you ask me which team did the best, I would feel it could be Newcastle because with the signings they made, they could stay up in the Premier League. Then that would be a win for them.
They
And
got a defender. They got a defender from Villa, right?
exactly, Matty Cash. Not Matty Cash. It's Matt Target. I think it's a left back they
Yes.
got from them.
Yeah.
So so
They got
uh,
Bruno Guimaraes
yes, and then they got Chris Wood earlier and
and
Trippier
Kieran
earlier. Mostly.
Trippier came earlier. Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel for them, if they could stay up, then this window would have been pivotal for them. And the same with Everton. I don't know if the exact log position of Everton, but they've been sinking now the last couple of weeks. So with Lampard, maybe fresh ideas, a fresh face,
Dele,
and
Dele
especially
Alli,
now he's brought
but Donny
in
van de Beek.
Donny van der Beek. Unexpected. I didn't expect that, but I think now actually, if we thought he would do well at Palace, I think he would do better at Everton. I just feel now he would do better there, and exactly with Lampard coming in, you know, Lampard which really rates him very highly, Donny van der Beek. So the two of them could strike up a good partnership, and Everton's fortunes could change.
Guys, we posted the video on Facebook. Got 150 views or something. Just if you want to be part of the show, let us know at the bottom in the comments. We'll gladly have you on the show. The show is for the fans. Yeah, and some of us that are fans feel we're professional fans. We we feel, so if you feel like that, let us know. Be part of the show. Please subscribe to the video, like the video, and if you think we're talking crap, we'd love to have you on.
And and
See
uh, and uh,
the
and just to add there, I think Antonio Conte has brought in two Italians, so I just think something might be happening at Spurs as well because in the past when these foreign managers start to bring in their compatriots, things always seem to gel. Maybe it might be the case for Tottenham now, bringing in some Italians.
I don't feel that way. Like I said, their name was last on the list for the top four.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
I
Think about
spoke.
it.
I
These
spoke
guys,
to.
these are guys that are they also need to
They were
revive their
fringe
career.
players. The
Yes, they
fringe
need to
players. Yeah.
revive. They need to
Sure.
revive the career, and Tottenham also needs to be revived. And that's what
Yeah.
the Arsenal fan base, my team, is going crazy. But we need to understand we are not in the top four. Do you understand? We've been off
Yeah.
the pace. We've been off the pace for a very long time. So it's not easy getting this top
It
prime
is. It's
quality
not. It's
players.
not.
It's not easy.
It's not.
Realistically, guys, I want to win. We all want the best players, whatever. But realistically, Arsenal is a big club, like I said. But Arsenal is not a big team. As
Even
as a
Italian.
legacy as as a, as a legacy club, Arsenal's a big club. But as a team, Arsenal's not a big team. You don't play Arsenal and
Yeah.
fear Arsenal. When you
Yeah.
get to the
Yeah.
Emirates, when you see the history, you wow. But the current team when you walk in, you don't need to fear the team. That's realistic. We got to be realistic.
Yeah.
You don't need to fear the
Yeah.
team.
Just to add on what I've said about Everton, I forget to mention they brought in Deli Ellie on a free. So
Yes, that's what I said. Deli
so
Ali,
so so
Donny.
yeah, I forgot to mention him now, but yeah, so things are looking up for Everton all of a sudden. So
But this, what we just said now, all these guys are guys that need to revive their career.
exactly.
Do you
But
understand?
I
That's
feel
not guys that are firing. They're not firing.
yeah, but I feel in a environment which is where you at Everton. Let's say you at Everton. I would say the pressure is a bit off. So the
But they're
focus is
fighting.
not so heavy
They're
on
fighting.
you.
They're fighting. There's a computer on.
Relegation.
They fighting relegation. They
I
down.
understand what you're saying.
It's tough there. So they
It's
are
tough there.
playing. They are playing for their careers. Frank came in. Um, he, whatever went wrong at Chelsea, maybe the players didn't believe in him, maybe he didn't have the right words to bring his message across. Because at the end of the day, he brought that players in. So, which means the project that he had in mind, they came to Chelsea because they believed in the coach and in the project, right? And the club.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
which that's what we love about the Premier League, right? Whatever happens in the Premier League, you lose your head. Maybe you're shouting at a player or two behind the scenes. You're not gelling anymore. By the way, let's pivot to Arteta and Aubameyang. Aubameyang free on a free transfer to Barcelona.
I actually saw that this morning. And I when I read, went through the details, it actually looked there for a minute as he was gonna stay put. They're trying to force him out of the door now because he's not in the
So
plans. He's simply not in the
that's my
plans
point.
anymore.
That's the point. So what happened there? Is there mistrust? Ateta doesn't trust him. He spoke to him in the past. Is okay, cool. You don't believe in my project. You don't believe in what I'm saying. You're going to
Mm.
influence the youngsters. So must I get you away? Obama
I
feels the
think
same way.
I think you exactly right when you say they've held meetings in the past. I'm sure Ateta
Of
and
course, yeah.
Aubameyang, I'm sure they've held meetings. So
He's your
whether
highest earned player. Of course, there was meetings.
so exactly they needed to sit down with him and just to get the story straight from his point of view. Listen, do you still want to be here? Is your heart still here? So I think maybe Ateta just made the decision for him because I don't know if you can remember with Aubameyang, there was a real issue with his contract a while back. Arsenal, they were head over heels just trying to get a new contract. If you look
And
at, I
that,
don't know if he did he sign the contract. He signed,
yeah,
right?
he signed and the pay
But
bumped
check
up.
here, just a year later, now you want to let him go again. Just a year later,
Like
so
I'm saying, there
so
was a communication, a trust
e-
broken down.
exactly.
Communication broke down.
So I think with him and Ateta, it became clear that they no longer are sitting next to one fire. So that's why
Which
the Arsenal are
I'm not
making it
saying.
no secret of
I'm not
letting
saying
him
it's the
go.
right move. I'm not saying it's the right move. All I'm saying is Ateta is a dictator.
Sure.
Conduzi, whatever happened there, Ateta doesn't forgive. Whatever you said or whatever, like, I know. Terera,
He
I
just
love
moves you on.
Terera.
He moves on.
Terera the same. I'm like, yo, Terera we need a midfielder. This is a good box to box midfielder. His passion, his aggression. What's happening here? I think
Sure.
it's like he's there. It's like he works on a dictatorship. Like this is my dressing room. I'm the boss here. If you don't abide to me, your attitude, your personality, or your tongue is a bit loose, which we don't know because we're not in the dressing room. Yeah, maybe the player's tongue is a bit loose. Maybe he gives a bit of attitude. And it's just like, if you, I'm done. I wash my hands. I'm done with you. There's the door. So Arsenal
So
has Arsenal has 17 or 18 players.
on loan.
No, for the rest of the
Current
season.
squad players. The first team squad. Sure, you guys are trimmed. You guys are trimmed. Check here. As I wanted to say on the
But there's
issue of
17 games.
Aubameyang.
But there's 17 games left though. We no cup competitions.
Yeah, okay. Just with Aubameyang, just to touch on that. With him, it's I don't know if it's a factor of him losing confidence because when you watch him play, it's like no man, he can set fire at any moment, so he can come back. So I think it's a matter of confidence and, as you said, a matter between him and Ateta because I think that Guendouzi kid, he kind of impressed me when he came onto the scene. He actually showed, but now you disappeared, which told me no, something must have happened behind the scenes because I didn't see your game drop that bad or that low. So, like you said, Teta is a dictator. He's not gonna let anyone get above his head in the dressing room. I think Aubameyang maybe he felt he was getting a bit big for Arsenal. I'm not sure, but it kind of feels like it because you're already the highest paid earner, paid player in the team, in the squad. So we expect bigger things from you. But now you get a guy like Lacazette. He seems to be on the fringes, but when he plays, it looks like he plays for the Arsenal. So between him and
Like I
Arteta,
said, I watch all the games, right? Ateta's style of play doesn't favor the striker. Aubameyang needs to play with Madison. He needs to play with a
so
team like what I say
so would you
style of
say
play.
so
Because
would you say
Madison and Baines, they quickly release the ball.
So
It doesn't go
so would
wide
you
a lot.
say would you say with Arteta, what do you think, or what would you say is his best position? Or if he were to, if he's leaving the Arsenal, right? But in the Arsenal's best starting lineup, where would you play him?
Number 9, he plays score a lot on the left for us, but the ball needs to get quicker. They need to play, like I said, like Everton. Sorry, like
Mm.
Leicester City. Leicester City with Vardy.
Yeah, they
The way
don't fool
Vardy
around when it
plays.
gets to the midfield.
Don't fool around. Arsenal, we touch a bit, we go left, right. Ateta wants the Spanish, I can't say Pep, let's call it the Spanish style, the Wenger way the ball must flow. Do you understand?
That's what I
Aubameyang just needs it a bit faster, over the top, let him
like the
run at the
Salah,
defender.
like the Mane. I understand those players. They need the defenders to turn.
Yes, but agree with you. But his technical ability, the first touch fails him at times.
Oh, yeah.
So for that style of play, he's not that clinical when it comes to that. In the box, for me, he's always been clinical in front of the box. But when he's a bit wide, he's not that technical, creative, like a Mane and Salah, where they just drop the shoulder.
Yeah,
they drop the shoulder and they confuse the heck out of you, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not going to say he's a good striker. He'll be top 15, top 20 in the world. He'll never be top 5. And he's 32 and it's proven. His career, he's never been top 5 in the world. He's that type, top 15 type of striker. He can give you the goals. He did it at Dortmund, But like I said, the style of play, I'm so curious to get for the flipping games to get back on. I want to see the style of play he's going to play there. What role, what style of play?
So just to add on Aubameyang, now he's being moved on. He moves on a free, if I'm correct. Or what does he move on?
Him? Yeah, it's a free. We released him, so he what he did was a good thing. He didn't do what the Ozil did.
I understand he's going to take a pay cut or something.
And that's how desperate he is. What happened? Let's go back to that. What happened? That's how desperate he is. So Arsenal.
Yeah, exactly.
So Arsenal saving 20 million because the contract's basically cancelled.
That's what I read this morning.
Yeah. He didn't do what Ozil did. And okay, I don't care. I'm gonna sit. I'm not gonna play.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get paid.
Now that he has moved on, what do you think does the future hold for him at Barca? Do you think he fits into their style of way, or do you think it can happen for him over there in Spain?
It can happen. 100%. He still has the legs in him for another year and a half. He still has the legs in him. Traore signed there. So, like I said, it needs to be a bit faster for him. I'm so curious what Xavi's going to do. That team will take 3 years to revamp also because the team is in the mud financially.
I'm seeing that we're just on Barcelona. This is something that I needed to ask you. I wanted to ask you a while ago. How did Barcelona get their hands on Ferran Torres when he just signed with Guardiola? Was there something between him and Guardiola? How did they sign him? He was still starting out at City. So what do you know about that?
It's the normal City process. You sit 4 games, you play 3, you sit another 4.
So you think it's just a matter of game time for him?
I think he didn't like what I've read and heard. He doesn't like the cold weather. He doesn't like Manchester.
Yeah, they say it plays a part. Yeah.
Yeah, some people adapt to it. He just he just didn't like it. Nothing wrong. No. Again, Pep's system is Pep's system. You'll play 4 games and you'll sit on the bench 4 games. You'll see Foden for 4 games, and if nothing went wrong, we will not see him for 4 games again. That's just how Pep does it. He just has his own way of thinking.
Yeah. Actually, just yesterday morning, I was reading something Vincent Kompany said a while back. He said, no, Pep was the only coach that he never changes. Every day he comes in the same. He never changes, whether he has a bad mood or a good mood. When it comes to football, he never changes. So you can just think the man is sticking to his principles. So most of the things he does, it just comes off, man, because he's trying to be a perfectionist if he's not already. So yeah, you can expect.
So do you think? So you said the biggest winners is Eddie Howe. So to stay up in the Premier League, right? Because I think I can agree with you. They made the biggest moves. They signed a player that Arsenal couldn't sign, Bruno. Looks like a quality CDM. Yes, when you look at the highlights that we look at, It's a lot of packing. So basically, a season full of cramped into 3 minutes. We only see the tackles and the through balls. So
Mm,
it doesn't give a proper a reflection on the player, but that
sure,
looks
sure.
good, right?
Mm,
So he's 24 years old. I'm shocked he went to Newcastle. Probably on a high wage. I mean, this is we always say players want to play in Europe. They want to play European competition, which preferably is Champions League. Yes, the Europa is there, but they play second fiddle when it comes to the Champions League. So this is a player that decided on. I'm not going to go to Antonio Conte. I'm not going to go to a team that's fighting to be in
mm.
Europe. I'm going to go to a team that's fighting relegation in England.
Would
Wow.
you say? Would you say? Would you say on that point? It is more to do with the financial part of the deal, or would you
What
say
else must I don't know
this
what else
player
to think.
believes in the project?
He doesn't know Eddie Howe. He's a Brazilian. How does he know Eddie? What project?
What I mean to say, the project with Newcastle, new owners, new money. This is actually the first transfer window they could flex their muscle.
But I'm
And
asking you.
um and
I'm
and
asking
and,
you.
and, and there's one player I think if he can keep fit, I think there's one signing out of all of those signings Newcastle made. I think Chris Wood from Burnley. He just could be the one that keeps them up with a few goals from here on to the end of the season. So I think goals is gonna keep them up. It's always which keeps the teams up. But
I agree with you, but what I'm asking you is, dude,
and he comes from Burnley, so I
that's what
understand
I'm
him.
saying.
But you
Yeah, I
mean
understand.
the,
No
the
top six.
international
No,
players?
yes, no top six, top eight team knocked on his door.
Okay, to that question, do you think it is perhaps that the Bruno kid he's also just cutting his teeth, would you say, in the big leagues? So this is might the biggest move for him yet in his career. So I think a lot of these players, yes, they want to be at the big clubs, but now they feel the minutes is gonna be a less no game less game time. But where is he go to a Newcastle, a mid-team table? You're not gonna be the biggest name, but there will be game time for sure, and you can prove yourself with these teams. But now the problem with Newcastle is they have to stay up. If you say you believe in the project, then you have to be ready for relegation as well. Because if they relegate this season, they're gonna plunder more money just to get back. So
Yeah, which
so
which 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 they have bucket loads. That's not the issue here. I'm saying
so
you
they're
as a
gonna come
yeah,
back.
they
But
yeah.
I think the main thing for them is just to stay up this season,
But I'm
just to
saying
stay up.
you as a player, where teams are calling your agent. They're calling
Mm.
your agent. They want you, right? And now you're sitting there, you're like, Eddie Howe, come on, that guy's never heard of Eddie Howe, please. He's a Brazilian in the Brazilian league. He's never, come on, don't lie to me. He's never heard of Eddie Howe.
So then I
if you
just think
if, if you put 10 pictures there and say, guess who's Eddie Howe, he'll be wrong.
yeah, sure. So I think this Bruno kid and his agent or his representatives, they're looking at from a financial side of things
And
as well.
that's
Because
all it,
if you
that's what it can be.
yeah, because if you look at it, he goes to Newcastle and he earns about what 80K per week, where he came from 35 or 45. You
I don't know how much
understand?
he earns. I don't know how
Yeah,
much he
yeah.
earns.
But I'm just making
Yeah.
a rough example. So most of these players, when they come from outside, the other day we spoke. We asked why would a player go join that team, but you came from a bigger team. Now it's simply to get into the Premier League and just to start out. I would say most of these players you see they are 24, 25. With the mind, they can still make a bigger move or to a better team. So with this Bruno kid, I think, like you said, he doesn't know Eddie Howe. I'm sure Eddie Howe didn't scout him for years. So it's just about Newcastle plundering the funds into this team to stay up until they get a proper manager. We just have to call all their signings from the chairman now. He's making the signings. Is the money just going now? Because out of all those players, you would say Kieran Trippier and let's say Chris Wood. You can throw them in now and expect not them to hit the ground running. Whereas with this Bruno kid, you're not sure what to expect just yet. So
I feel
17
I'm
games.
I feel he's gonna do well. Just because of the
No,
style, the aggression. Yeah.
17 games left. You would want him to do well, but as I said, I just feel towards someone like a Chris Wood that's been there, knows how to win a game, knows how to hit the ball. Things like that would keep them up. In maybe next season we can talk more about Newcastle, but I think for now they're trying to stay up. And the same with Everton. That's why they had to open their checkbooks and stuff, because it's that time now. They can't be keeping back and holding back on players.
Everton has been buying players for how many years? They just can't seem to get the project going. They can't seem, and you know what? So this, I'm people are, especially if you go on Twitter. Twitter is evil. If you go on Twitter, the stuff you read is so crazy.
It's brutal.
It's brutal. I bought shares in a Twitter a long time. I'm a believer that he'll do well, right?
Sure.
But I can see with my eyes work. So if something's not doing well, the man's got to go.
Show. It's gonna show, yeah.
And then he has to go, right? So
Yeah.
this transfer this summer, the way they call it there, this summer should be his last summer. Support him, and this is the last summer. Because then
So
he got
the rebuilding stage now.
no, because then it's his team. As his team, everyone he just letting people go, and everyone that's coming in, it's on his request.
It's on his request, yeah.
It's on his request. So this will be his last. So when it comes to Everton, I'm not. It's football, right? Things could click at any moment with the current squad.
Exactly.
But most of the time it doesn't. Club, Pep, all of these guys, they've shown you. You gotta, if they come into a team, you gotta back the manager. If he's that smart, it will work. So Lampard needs to be back. Arteta, this would be his last for me. I'll give him, here's another 200 million. Here you go. And I wash my hands. Show
With
me.
a good preseason and everything, yeah.
Yeah, show me what you got, right? Then I'll give it. When things are bad in the new season, when it comes to December, pick up the phone. I'll tell him, dude, you're out of the door, just like that. Because it's now these 16 players. There are 18, 20 players. They are your players. These 20 people, you wanted them here, and you can't work with them, which means your whole project process in your mind is in theory working, but practically you just don't know how to implement it, right?
Exactly.
So that's the same with what I'm curious about these signings. Lampard, you chose these guys because if you get a player on loan, he has to play. Why did you buy him for the last 6 months?
Exactly.
He has to play. Coutinho has to play. They pay 4 million. Coutinho must play every week. You can't buy a player for 6 months and he's not playing for 2 months.
Exactly. Yeah, you're right.
So Dele Alli, okay, he's a full-time move, right? So that's a bit different.
Permanent move, yeah.
It's a permanent move. Same with Donny. So things are gonna heat up. People have their predictions, their feelings, what's gonna happen. But I must agree with you. I feel Newcastle has been tight because no one really went in there. The player that I spoke to you about that Liverpool are interested in, they got him at Fulham and they left him there for the remainder of the season.
So the deal went through.
The deal went through Fabio Cannavaro from Fulham, I think 50 million, and he's going to stay for the remainder of the season. So the two players, my sources are good. The two players that Liverpool were interested in, they got. It wasn't just crazy rumors.
Yeah, and actually, the more I went into the deal of this Luis Diaz boy, he was actually, as sources is confirmed, he was actually the top target for the forthcoming transfer window, which is the summer. So
and they just
this player, he was in the plans. I didn't even know about him, to be honest. He was in the plans. I was thinking more Liverpool were gonna lean to a player like Calvin Phillips of Leeds United because of the problem in central midfield, and with Henderson moving towards his later years, I would say. I was just thinking maybe Klopp were looking at the engine room, and a player like Calvin Phillips, he's young, he's English, he can fit the bill. So I was actually leaning towards the midfield, but with this move, it actually tells you Klopp is planning for life after one of Salah and Mane, or I don't think both of them is going to leave at the same time, but which either one prefers to move on, at least you'd have some cover in some sorts.
Which I agree with you, and that's what I'm saying. I feel Arsenal was in the spot where the owner should fund him, fund the manager, right, and open the checkbook, because look where you are,
Yeah.
right, and that's the same with Klopp. Klopp's plan was to get Diaz in the summer, but now Tottenham is looking at him, and this one,
Yeah,
no,
they
no,
were
no.
forcing his hand, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I can't afford this guy to be trapped in a 4-year deal.
Sure.
I need him.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
my 6-month plan, I'm fast forwarding now. So I'm picking up the phone and calling the chairman. But the chairman, remember that the guy I told you about that I want in the summer? We need to move on it now. Call him, fire up the jet.
Exactly.
Let's get the thing going. And that's so I'm so curious to see that Arteta is getting paid for the job, not me. I gave myself a title of professional fan. No one gave me the title. I didn't do a course for this. I gave myself a title, all right? So, okay, cool. Seeing that there's hierarchy.
He's been getting paid big bucks, yeah.
Yes. So, seeing that he's clearly above me, let me see how this Oak's thinking, not signing anyone. Thinking, I have Premier League games, but like I said, Partey being injury prone, I don't know, is he going to go for massage or therapy every week? Because that's I'm scared of a midfield, because I know Partey, boom, anything can happen, then we're screwed again.
Yeah, and actually,
so let me see how he plays it out.
And actually, a player like Thomas Partey, especially at the Arsenal, I was expecting big things from him, because as you know, as all of us know, the Arsenal were lacking that type of midfielder for many years now.
Physicality.
So actually, yeah, when you brought him in, I think he's a bit injury prone. I didn't expect him to be. But now,
to be honest, if I can say overall, he's been average. He's been a 6.5.
Sure. So he's been there throughout the games.
And we need him to be every week at an 8.5. And some games when he does an assist and he scores, that takes it to a 10. But we need you constantly at an 8.5.
And that is where players like a Declan Rice this season have excelled, you know, where
every week is 8. Every week is 8. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Where you probably operate, say last season you'd operate at a 6.5, maybe a 7 on his best day. But when you look at West Ham play, especially this season, everything good, it comes from him. So his game has definitely gone up a level, I would say, and maybe his market value as well.
Even off the ball. Even off the ball, his quality, the armband there, he's talking to the ref.
It doesn't phase him, it seems. The pressure doesn't phase him.
Respectfully, he approaches the ref. When the ball's off, when it's tight in this corner, you'll see him direct play. Yo, go that way. Like he's saying, he's directing traffic. He's always picking up the odds and ends in midfield, as you know. He's involved there in the second ball, and he's involved in pushing the play forward. So man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Premier League to get started. I'm curious to see.
So with the transfer being shut now, so we stuck with what we have, what we could bring in, what we did bring in. So do you still feel confident in your top 4 prediction?
Yes. I still give it to United, the upper hand. Then
even though they didn't do anything as well.
United just makes a substitution and they bring on Cavani.
Because if you look at
squad depth, the quality in the squad depth. The squad depth, they just make a substitution, Gabo.
Sure. Because if you look at all the teams involved in the top 4, just to get back to that, it looks like Tottenham is the one that made the most moves. They brought in 2 players. Yeah. They brought in about 2 players, but I think at least one of the 2 would jump straight into this on their starting 11. It's going to be fascinating to see.
They'll jump in, but they're not gonna. They won't get. It won't be a smooth transition. No ways. If their form was not great in Italy, their form is not going to be great.
And you know, generally the Italians, they tend to struggle a bit, or just to have a slow start a bit. They never set the house on fire from day one. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. And there's a few other signings that has been made in the Premier League as well, but I read this morning most of them is a few loan deals just up and down here and there. I expected one of Origi and Minamino to leave Liverpool. It didn't came to the fore, so I will just have to stick with the legend that is Origi. I still gonna need him in this season. I know he's gonna come up with some magic somewhere, but I still have to wait for that. So yeah.
Do you feel?
But
Do you feel he had a fair chance at Liverpool? Do you feel he's good
Origi,
enough?
when we bought him, we initially same with this Fabio Carvalho kid. We bought him and we loaned him straight back. The same happened with Origi. So when we bought him, he was still playing in France, I think. We left him there, and then we sent him back again. So he had a loan spell away from the team after being in the team. He came back. He's never been a solid starter for me though. Yeah, when you come off the bench, you need quality from the bench. So when you win a game off the bench, yeah, the people is gonna praise you. They're gonna say you a hero, a super substitute, and all that. But when he's had his chance to start up front, and so
what I'm saying is he in a Liverpool team, not in a Everton, not in a all
He's in a
respect to
Liverpool team.
Wolves, all respect to
no
Wolves, all
disrespect to
respect
him,
to
but
yes. Is
no,
he
not
a
for
first
me.
11 Liverpool? Do you put it first 11?
Not
I
for
agree with
me.
you. Yeah, I
Not
agree
for
with
me.
you.
Not for
I
me.
agree
No,
with you.
no is Minamino at the moment in time. So
At the end of the day, this is this is how simple it is. I feel it's simple. If you are in any league and your team is number 1 to 3 or fighting for number 1 to 3, your team is fighting for number 1, but you need to be, your striker needs to be like your strikers currently are. You need to be top 5 in the world. In the world, which means the football world is based in Europe, not in America, not in the African league. No, in the European leagues, you need to be number 5. Salah's easy. Salah's easy. Number 1 to number 5 in the world. When you speak about the best in the world, you must speak about Salah. When you speak about the best in the world with assists and through balls, check it. You must argue. There needs to be an argument. No, it's the brainer. No, but Bernardo Silva's doing well. No, but he's doing well. And that's
understand what
and
you're
that's
saying.
do you understand? And
That's
that
what you
puts
actually
you in
want.
that. That's what you want, and that puts your team at that level to win the league,
That
or to
level.
contend for the.
That level.
So
Yeah.
Uri, once you have a player in your team like Arsenal that has potential, no, he could be top 10, and he's not top 10 yet. You will not compete in your league for the title. You will not compete for the
That is
title.
exactly why I felt this season a team like Chelsea should be right there until the end, because if you look at the squad, they have players coming from the bench. It is players that you could say could be in the starting 11. So to have that quality from the bench, that is actually what you need. If you look at the City, whether Bernardo Silva is out or he's just injured or not playing, you're not gonna miss him, because the very next player is gonna come in. City's gonna play the same way. We're gonna praise that kid now. Next week, 2 weeks over, Bernardo just come back. He's just the same Bernardo, if not better. So whatever they're doing behind the scenes, they're getting better. This player is not getting shit overnight because he's not playing. He's there, but he's doing something, because when you see him play, it's like, this man, no, I'm playing for my house. I'm playing for my house, because it's like Pep gets them to it's like a rolling ball. They just roll. When you don't see him, he's still rolling, because when you see him again, that man is
He doesn't
still in
start
that,
from scratch. He
that
doesn't start
moment.
from scratch.
He
Yeah, he
doesn't
doesn't start from scratch.
Exactly.
So now I need to watch more Everton games because I've done even the big. I need to watch more Newcastle games, which I never watched Newcastle games. Now I must start watching Newcastle games. Cheers.
Yeah, sometimes yeah, I always tell these guys here when we sit and just talk. Sometimes watching these games, there's relegation battles. It can really grip you, because you have 2 teams, 3 teams actually fighting for their lives here. That's not for that Premier League title or anything close.
They're fighting for 150 million to stay up plus sponsors.
Exactly. So you just have to think what's going through these owners, these bosses, these managers' minds of these so-called smaller clubs. Because if you look at a team like Newcastle, they're not a small club in England. They're a very, very big name. Yes, they haven't won the Champions League.
Wherever they go,
people know them.
No, if they go away, they have so much fans. Not even funny.
Internationally renowned. Same with Villa and what is this? The Evertons. These are clubs that everyone, they look at these clubs. So yes, within the context of the Premier League, they're a smaller club. They're not a big six and that, but this is very, very big club. So there's a lot of attention on these clubs. So yeah, you'd find it interesting watching those games. I actually do.
Guys, I think we're going to end the show there. Like I said, have your say. Please comment on the videos. Leave a message if you want to be a part of it. We'll connect behind the scenes. We'll get you onto the StreamYard. We'll send you the link. So you can be part of the show. The show we do at different times of the day. We will make it work. Thanks for watching the video. Yeah, that's the show for the day.